Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. OneLove now has memberships available. There are 2 tiers you can join under. The first tier is called the OneLove Fam. The perks you will receive are loyalty badges, custom emojis, and priority replies to comments. The second tier is called the Lovely Crew. The perks you will receive are loyalty badges, custom emojis, priority replies to comments, and member shoutouts. More perks will be added down the road. Please feel free to hit the join button.
So I hope all of you are doing well. Today is Sunday. I'm giving y'all a video today because I feel that what we are going to be speaking on, it is relevant for it to be a conversation to be had on a Sunday. There's definitely a lot that we need to get into in this video, but before we get started, I do want to let you all know, to those of you who have been waiting for more content, I got y'all. I just hope y'all are ready for the new content because, I have been asking questions, asking y'all, what do y'all want to see? I've been asking y'all this for months, and I've really been trying to figure out what way I want to incorporate more content into this channel. Some of you may dig the new stuff that I'm going to, put on here. I don't know how the rest of y'all are going to feel, but I am pretty much in a lot of places when it comes to the different things that I'm watching, the different things that over the years I have been doing my own little deep dive research in, and I'm hoping that some of you all have also been looking into some of this stuff as well, and y'all will appreciate the information that I'm going to bring on this channel. The rest of you who may not have been the ones who have done research in this arena of different things that I'm going to share, I'm hoping that you all will find it to be informative and you will also appreciate the information as well. I know some of you all have really been asking me to do additional content, and y'all have expressed to me that, there's so much more that I can offer, and you guys are right. I never wanted to be kind of stuck in just solely reacting on moms, because there is a plethora of information that I can also share on my channel. So I hope you guys are ready to really explore, and I hope y'all are ready to learn and be more aware of different things that are happening in our world. And I hope y'all enjoy the ride. So we are definitely going to be starting up some new things that I am going to be introducing to my channel. Some of the videos are going to be more of a documentary type style, where I'm just showing you all from beginning to end, just things that y'all need to be made aware of. There will be some commentary as well that I'm still going to incorporate in or on this channel when it comes to introducing new things. But I just want y'all to be aware that I have heard y'all. I have really been trying to figure out how I wanted to incorporate this. It wasn't that I wasn't listening to y'all. I was really just trying to figure out how I wanted to introduce the content. But we will still be incorporating some content pertaining to the mommy sector, because I do know some of y'all still want me to react on some of these mommies. That content will continue as well, but I just wanted to let y'all know that y'all will start seeing different things, and I want y'all to be scratching your head trying to figure out, okay, what's going on over here. So just be aware, we are definitely going to be pushing out additional content very, very, very soon. So I hope you all are excited about it as much as I am, and I hope this will bring a new vibe to the OneLove channel. So with all that being said, there's so much, like I said, we need to get into in this particular video, so let's go ahead and get started.
crazy the lengths that they go. Like yesterday, right? The CPS lady came back yesterday. And there was another case, and she's like, girl, she's not worried about it. Actually, she told me that her supervisor done cussed out the lady who keeps calling. And I'm like, girl. But did you guys know that CPS will help you with bills? Did you know that? Like, CPS is already doing so much. Okay. And people still try to, like, break me and, like, I don't know why they keep going through CPS. CPS? No, honey, no. There's no abuse going on. All of your guys' claims are false, so it doesn't matter. I always tell you guys that. But, like, yesterday was a blessing in itself when she came by, and I was just like, but no matter what you guys do to break me, like, I always come back on top. It's crazy. What?
So this particular live that we're watching right here was on this past Wednesday. And Olivia is saying that yesterday, which was Tuesday, if we're basing it off of this particular timeline while we're watching this live, Tuesday, she said it's when CPS came back. Now, mind y'all, we have heard AJ mention back to back that first he said CPS came to his daycare to talk to him and Kalani. The next live, the very next day, he mentioned CPS again. So now Olivia is telling the people that on this past Tuesday, CPS showed up at her house. And what I also find very interesting, and it almost makes it hard to watch this, because Olivia really believes, like you can see it on her, she truly believes that it's a blessing that CPS is not only helping her with free childcare and buying her car seats, but she also feels it's a blessing that CPS is now helping her pay a bill. Honestly, when I watch this, it really makes me feel sad for her. And I know some of y'all are probably like, why, OneLove, why are you feeling sorry for this woman? But I feel sad for the fact that Olivia really doesn't understand what's going on. Like, she really doesn't get it. She's not comprehending it. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. I'm so serious. She really doesn't understand what's happening. And it's one thing for Olivia to say that she's being blessed because CPS is giving her free childcare for her 2 children, not seeing that you basically are opening the door for CPS to be in your life and to have access to your children. But now you're even making it worse because you're showing CPS that you're not in a position to really take care of these kids, because if you're reaching out to CPS to get help to pay a bill, you're showing them that not only are you financially stable to take care of these children, but there is also something else going on with you that is causing them to be concerned for the safety of your children, which is why they opened up the opportunity for you to have free childcare. We've already spoke about this in a few videos back that spoke about why CPS would even offer free childcare for certain households. It's because they are investigating situations that are going on with children that are deemed to be concerning of there being some type of abuse or neglect. And they are monitoring these children while they are in daycare's care. And we know CPS is very much involved in seeing what's going on because AJ already let it be known that CPS showed up and spoke with him and Kalani while he was at daycare. And so Olivia is not only trying to tell people that it's okay to reach out to CPS if you need help, which is extremely reckless for her to tell these women to do it, because under no circumstances should you be opening the door for CPS to have access to your life and to the lives of your children, because you're really opening the door for the government to come in and take your children. This is not a normal type of resource, but because Olivia doesn't fully comprehend the situation she's in, she doesn't see it as that. And this is why we can see her making it seem as if she's blessed and she feels like she's one-upping on the people and she's flexing on the people, because in her mind, she thinks this is a good thing. And it's really not. And so that's why I said it was very sad to watch this, because she really doesn't understand. You're just continually making it easy for them to see you as being unfit.
Oh, I love you. What do you want? What do you want? What does she want? What does she want?
I want the skeleton.
You want the skeleton?
Yeah.
Okay, give it to me. You guys are gonna fight over it. I'm not in the mood. AJ, give me the skeleton. She said, AJ, give me the skeleton. These people who do this type of stuff, they're evil. Super, super evil. And it's sad. It's really, really sad, because they play with like state workers, and in order to harass me, they're playing with other people's time, money, and they just continue to keep getting me blessed. You know, it's crazy, but you know, it is what it is. I always told people, like, calling CPS on me is not gonna do nothing for you guys. Like, literally, it's not gonna do nothing for you, because you guys got me free daycare. You know how hard it is to get free daycare? I got free daycare because of the haters. That's crazy. And I recently just got a bill paid because the haters. Like, y'all, it's not working. Like, it's actually working backwards. Like, you're trying to do something to me and the opposite is happening. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, yeah.
And this is why I said what I said. As you heard her state right here, that she feels people are hating on her, and this is why she believes people are calling CPS, not looking at the fact of people are calling because of what she's showing and what we're actually seeing and what we're witnessing, you know, with our own eyes. She feels people are calling because they are hating on her. And therefore, she feels that because CPS is stepping in and they're offering her some type of help, she sees this as being a blessing. But I can't stress enough, this is not what she thinks it is. And just her expression and, you know, her response to it, it shows she really doesn't get it. She really doesn't understand what's happening.
I'm just really happy. Like, I'm blessed and I'm happy. And yeah. But I was really going through it. Peach McIntyre didn't teach y'all nothing. What happened with her? What did she get? She got some free stuff too? They still at it with CPS. Girl, yes. And CPS don't even call me for everything. They have a system now because they know that the calls are fake. They actually, the CPS lady told me that her supervisor told the lady off. No. Get out. Go get another toy. Goodbye. She told me that hold on, you guys. She told me. What, baby? What? Wow, you playing with the toys? She told me that her supervisor first the CPS, because the CPS lady says it's the same person calling. So, and it's probably the lady who was stalking me, like who was calling my phone. It's probably her. Who knows? There's so many of these fucking haters. Who really knows? But, she said that first she told her off, like, stop watching her. If you don't like her channel, stop watching her. But you guys know they're obsessed, so they'll keep watching. But the lady kept calling, so then her supervisor got on the phone and told her off. Like, you need to stop calling. This is ridiculous. So, you know, it's like I said, it's not doing anything to me. You guys are just getting me blessed. You know, it is what it is.
So at first, in the beginning of this live, Olivia said that the CPS worker told Olivia that whoever was reporting Olivia to the supervisor, she said the supervisor cussed her out. Now she's saying that the supervisor, you know, told her off. I don't believe that, and I will hope this is not true, but it doesn't sound credible for a CPS worker or a supervisor to tell the individual that was reporting Olivia, if you don't, because I don't know what was being said. That's the thing. Olivia didn't state what was actually being said, but she said the response of the supervisor was, well, don't watch her. That doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of things about Olivia's story when it comes to the way she tries to make it seem like CPS is very nonchalant about the calls that are coming in. She tries to make it seem like CPS is aware that the calls are fake, so they're not really paying it no attention. That doesn't seem credible to me. And if that is truly what's going on, there is a problem with CPS in the state of Texas. But basing it off of what Olivia has said, every time she speaks on CPS and what she says the conversations have been up until recent, I don't find it to be credible that this is what the actual conversations are between Olivia and CPS. It seems like Olivia is saying something else to try to make it seem like what the people are doing is non-effective, but it definitely comes across that there is something else going on and Olivia is not wanting it to be made known. So therefore, she's going to try to make it seem like she's being blessed, she win, y'all lose, you know, that type of conversation.
It happens too often. See, it happens to a lot of creators, influence ridiculous. Yeah. It is super ridiculous. And like I always tell you guys, I don't have any insecurities about my parenting. I mean, am I the best mom in the world? No, I'm not. You could clip that, flip it, reverse it, take a picture, rewind it, chop it up, make a whole video about that. I'm not the perfect mom. I'm not. I don't strive to be. I'm just me. You know, I'm just me. And you know, my babies love me and I love them and we're happy. And it gets stressful, but who cares? It's just a little stress.
I think it's funny how Olivia made it a point to say, you know, you can chop it up, flip it, rewind it, you know, whatever. Because, you know, she doesn't like the fact that I call attention to the things that she has said in the past. You know, she doesn't like the fact that we hit the rewind button over here on her because, you know, she contradicts herself so much. She's not being honest over there. And she's always flipping the narrative and spinning narratives. And so she doesn't like the fact that we use her own words against her. This is why she said what she said just now. But I think it's crazy for Olivia to say that she does not strive to be a perfect mom. Why would you not strive to be a perfect mom? I think all of us who are mothers or even fathers who are watching, I think we all understand that there is no such thing as being the perfect mom or the perfect father or dad. We all get that. But it shouldn't stop you from trying to become the best mom or dad you could possibly be. It's just like to say, well, nobody's perfect. Okay, that is understandable. Like, we all know nobody's perfect. But that shouldn't stop you from striving to reach a level of perfection that is attainable for you. Like, every day should be where you're striving to be better. And I just think it's crazy that Olivia would literally say, I'm not trying to be a better mother. I'm not striving to reach perfection in my motherhood. And for her to say that, it's a cop-out. Because it's like you're basically telling the people, what you see is what you get. This is the type of mother I'm just going to always be because I don't want to put forth the work or the effort to change and be better. And, you know, I think we all understand stress. We all understand how being a parent can be stressful. But it shouldn't be so stressful to where you're taking it out on your children. And for her to say, you know, she doesn't have any insecurities in her parenting, this is why she also has the conversation, more so now than, you know, she has in the past. But you will hear her say, you know, this is why I don't have a problem showing what I show on the camera because, you know, I'm not doing anything wrong. So she feels that because she doesn't have a problem showing what she shows, it has to prove that what she's doing is normal. And it's the total opposite because Olivia doesn't understand that what she is doing, there's nothing normal about it, but it's normal to her because that is what she's used to. And so she puts it on the internet thinking everybody will relate because everybody yells at their children. Everybody cusses at their kids. Everybody treats their kids the exact same way. And that's how she feels in her mind. She truly believes that. Now, are there some mothers that are the same as Olivia? Of course. Are there some mothers that yell and cuss at their kids too? Of course. Does it make it right? Of course not. But this is Olivia's logic. And so for Olivia to also say right here that she's not insecure in her parenting, I beg to differ. Because we have definitely seen her hear some of the stuff that we have said over here, and she tries to correct it. So if you're not insecure with your parenting, why are you trying to get ahead of some of the things that you are doing over there to try to keep people from further talking about what you're doing?
Get your ass out. You see? I be cussing his ass out on the daily, you know? But it is what it is. It happens. Y'all be cussing your kids out too, and I know you do. The only thing about me is I'm brave enough to show it. You know, I'm brave enough to show the ups and the downs. The good and the bad. But yeah, I was really going through it the last month or so. I really was. But I'm out of that. I'm not associating with anybody who contributed to my depression, at all. I have to put myself first, 100%, and that's what I'm doing from now on. My kids and me, nobody else. Nobody else. Okay.
And there it is. Olivia uses this as a way to justify her poor parenting. She wants to make it seem, like I said, like everybody does the exact same thing when it comes to how they parent their children. She thinks it's normal to cuss at your kids. You got toddlers. Why are you cussing at little kids that you refer to as your babies? Make that make sense, Olivia. You think it's okay to cuss at your babies. That's insane. And, for her to make it seem as if now what we've been seeing and witnessing with all of the behaviors that she has been displaying towards her children, it was because she was stressed and depressed. This is her other excuse for why we have seen her act the way she has towards her children. She has been stressed and depressed. And I find it interesting how she likes to pick up depression when it's convenient for her. But you will hear people in her comment section telling her, there was a live she did just a few days ago. Someone in the comment section said, your eyes look like you're depressed. And she got offended by that. She was like, depression where? Ain't nobody depressed over here. But you just got through saying you've been depressed for the past couple of months. You see what I'm saying? This girl will pick up anything she feels will work in the moment to justify her behavior And that will allow her to hide behind what it is that we're actually seeing, and she doesn't want to be called out on. So that was pretty much all I wanted to cover in this particular live. Again, we just watched the live that Olivia did on Wednesday, November 12th. But I want to now take it back a day, which was Tuesday. Now, keep in mind, Tuesday is when she said CPS showed up. Okay? Tuesday, November the 11th. We're going to cover this live because there was some conversation she had in here that I think is very important to speak on. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
Y'all remember how I said I was going to do Bible study? Yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I've decided that I'm going to sway more spiritually than religious. After a lot of research and like watching different things, I think religion is bullshit. Real talk. Get up in that bed now. Now. Thank you. Get up in the bed. Lay down and don't get up. If you get up, I'm gonna pop you, okay? Go to sleep. Yeah, I'm watching you with the camera. I am gonna watch you. Holy child, where's my phone? A faja? Yeah, a faja. Got a faja on. Yeah, guys, I really think I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but I think religion is bullshit. Like, for real. I think it's just a way to control people. I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion.
Now, we're going to dive into a real conversation. And this is me expressing my views, my beliefs, my thoughts and opinions. I'm not trying to push my thoughts, my beliefs, or my thoughts and opinions onto anyone else. So this is my disclaimer as we enter into this portion of this commentary. Now, what I will start out by saying is, I knew Olivia at some point was going to have to address the fact that no one has seen any type of videos pertaining to a Bible study of any sort. Because y'all know she was promising her viewers over there that she was going to commit to doing a Bible study every week on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they didn't get not one video. And to be very honest, there didn't need to be one over there, because Olivia is not in the headspace, nor is she in the spiritual space to try to conduct a Bible study over there on her channel. Especially when we see the stuff that she does and the way she speaks. That would be a whole contradiction within itself, and a reckless one at that, for her to be trying to host a Bible study over there doing the things that she does. So I knew she was going to have to address it soon. And this is her addressing it. And she's telling you now why she no longer wants to do a Bible study. So she goes on to say that she is now swaying from believing in religion, and she wants to go more into the realm of spirituality. But she says she still believes in God. Now, here's my thoughts and opinions when it comes to religion. Religion as a whole has become so watered down, and lines have been so blurred as we progress as a human race. Now, when you define religion, it speaks of a particular system of faith and worship. And so I do not believe in religion either. I believe there is a difference between being in religion versus being in relationship. And I think that has been lost solely if we're speaking about Christianity. Okay? I believe people have become so caught up in religion and traditionalism to where they have lost sight of what being in true relationship with the Creator really looks like. And so when I hear Olivia say right here that she's basically turned off with religion and she wants to sway more to the spirituality side, I somewhat agree with her. The other part of that, though, that I disagree with is I feel that spirituality can become a slippery slope. Because when you focus on spirituality, you're encompassing everything that pertains to the spirit realm altogether. So when you look at spirituality, you're looking at the good forces versus the evil forces. So in the spiritual realm, you have God, the creator of all things, who is called Yahweh. And then you have his son, whom we refer to as Jesus Christ or Yeshua, the Messiah. And you have the angels, right? But you also have Satan, who was once called Lucifer, and the angels that were cast out of heaven alongside of Satan. All of these spiritual entities reside in the spiritual realm. So when you speak of spirituality as a whole, there isn't a clear distinction of what it is you're actually saying you're practicing or you're worshiping. Because if you're just saying I'm spiritual, that means you can be encompassing all the above. Because even when you look at other religions, which she will later speak of Buddhism, Buddhism is not worshiping the creator God. You're worshiping a statue. You're worshiping a demonic spirit that is being worshipped as a god. That's why the Bible speaks of worshiping pagan gods, false idols. This has been going on since the beginning of time, where people would gravitate to their own idols and their own statues, and they would uphold these things as being gods. Gods that could not see, gods that could not move, gods that could not hear, could not speak. These were the gods that people were that were worshiping. But when you have the Creator, Yahweh, who is the God of all things, he is the one who created you and I. He is the one who created the heavens and the earth and all that is in it. Then that is where it becomes a slippery slope, because a lot of people are not understanding that just because you say you believe in God, that can mean anything. And that's why it's so important to use God's name, Yahweh, because when you're just referring to God, that could mean anything. You could be evoking any type of spirit, and the other person wouldn't know who you're referring to because you're just saying God. But I agree with Olivia. I don't believe in religion either, because religion as a whole, speaking of the system of religion, it has become very corrupt, and it has become very deceptive. But I also do not believe that we should just be calling ourselves spiritual beings. I mean, we are spiritual beings, but you should not be swaying in the direction of just sitting under the umbrella of spirituality, because that can be very dangerous as well.
So, I respect everyone, though. You can think how you think and feel how you feel. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. And then plus, like, Christian people and people who preach all that shit, they be honestly the worst people in the world. Like, they be so evil. And it's like, they're so worldly and they have no idea how worldly they are. Not everyone, but most of them. I'm gonna do my lashes. But yeah. And that's kind of like where I've been like teetering. I've been like, that's why when people are like, oh, you're gonna do Bible study, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. I don't know. It's like I told you guys, I don't know if you guys were in my live a little while long ago. I was like I get it. I get it. Like the Bible. Like I get it, but like I don't get it at the same time. Like You know, so yeah, but that's just my thoughts. Like I said, you don't have to agree with me. If you don't want to like me anymore because of it, or you don't want to be over here anymore, because the people who like Bible thump and push that bullshit, like they really push it to the max. And you know, I get it. That's what you believe in, but I don't believe in that. I think it's bullshit, honestly.
Listening to what Olivia just said in this clip, I really don't fault her for feeling the way she does. It's very common for people who are still trying to figure out, what is true, trying to figure out, how to even get to the true source of life, really understanding that Yahweh is, the one true God. It's a journey to get to that process. Everybody comes to that understanding in their own time and in their own way. And I do not feel offended in any way what Olivia is saying, because a lot of people feel this. This is the beginning process that a lot of people go through in trying to, really figure it out. Now, for me, I wouldn't say I necessarily was on this same path. I feel it was just in me, to just have an understanding of who God is, and my life took the direction that it did, in a way where I wasn't so much battling with the idea of coming to terms with me knowing for myself that I found the right source. I think the battle for me was more so deciphering between what was real and what wasn't, in the sense of churches, Christian people. Because as she said, there are a lot of people that call themselves Christian, and they are very mean. I've encountered many Christians. I've gone to many churches where I was very much mistreated, and I was not done right. It's a real thing when people say they have experienced church hurt. It's a real thing, because everybody that goes to church ain't saved. Everybody that's preaching from the pulpit is not saved. Everybody that's singing in the choir is not saved. You understand what I'm saying? So people are very much prone to encountering people who claim to be Christians, and they end up being hurt by them. And so I can't deny that what she's saying is not real, because it is. And the church today has very much become very worldly. Like, it really has. I mean, you see a lot of things being exposed in the church, to where it's coming out where you have pastors that are in homosexual relationships on the down low. You have pastors that are cussing, drinking, hooking up with people in their congregation, having extramarital affairs on their spouses. They're pretty much living life as any other person in the world. So there is a lot of corruption and deception that is going on in the church, which is why I really haven't been able to find a solid church home myself, because there are not a lot of churches out here that are really speaking the truth, and they're living what they're preaching. And my spirit is very sensitive. Like, I can just pick it up. And there's been many churches I've walked in, and I had to literally walk right back out, because my spirit just wasn't feeling it. You can just feel when something is off. I have been in churches where I would hear pastors pretty much giving, like, they're not so much speaking from the Bible. It's like you're in a seminar. I've even been in churches where I hear them reading scripture, and they're putting their own interpretation on the scripture, and it has nothing to do with the context from where they read. But the issue that I do have with what Olivia said is, she said that she doesn't believe in that, and she thinks it's BS. How do you know if what is being said is true, if you're not even trying to read the Bible for yourself? You took the time out to purchase a Bible from Amazon. You held it up in front of the camera. You referenced it when it was convenient for you to. But then you turn around and say, well, I don't believe in it. How do you know if what's in that Bible is not true if you're not taking it upon yourself to read it for yourself?
I think it's all bullshit. But I do believe in God, but it's more like source, you know what I mean? I feel like I've always believed in that. I've always believed in a higher power. But, and you know what really opened my eyes to it? This whole Israel thing, Charlie Kirk shit. That really opened my eyes to it, like, for real. But anyway, like I said, you guys can believe what you want to believe. And I respect everyone's beliefs. Yeah. No, I love God. You know what I mean? Yeah. Of course I do. But I just don't believe what they say. Like, I don't believe in all the extra bullshit. Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Charlie Kirk's death opened my eyes to just how programmed like the whole religion thing is, like how they try to program it and how they profit off of it, how it's just like a moneymaker, how it's just like that's what it is. It's there and it's in place to make money. And plus it's like it's a way to control people as well. Like it's a way to control people, for real. And if you actually like, and then on top of it, I'm realizing like I'm watching shit and I'm getting information. Like all the pastors and in big churches and shit, like most of them are corrupt. I'm telling you, these people who really believe in all this shit, they be the worst type of people. The worst type of people. The worst. So I'm good.
Olivia is all over the place. There are some things she has said that I do agree with, but there are a lot of things that she's saying that I disagree with. And I feel like Olivia is getting her information from multiple sources instead of actually seeking this out for herself. Because my thing is, if you say you love God, how do you love God when you don't know Him? How do you love God when you're denying His word? Because the Holy Bible is His word. It's like you can't love God if you don't truly know Him. To know Him is to love Him. To know Him is to fear Him, to respect Him. And so for her to say, I don't believe none of that, she's not really specifying what it is that she is not believing. Are you completely disregarding the Bible? Are you, like, what exactly are you not believing? Because in order for you to say, I don't believe, you have to have something that is causing you not to believe it. So what exactly do you not believe? The other thing that I will say is her reasoning for why she stopped believing. She's saying it's because of the whole Charlie Kirk thing, the Israel thing, but she's speaking very surface level. It's not really making sense exactly what she's referring to. She did say something about the system is corrupt, or it's something to that nature. But the thing is, all religion is corrupt. It's not just one religion that is corrupt. All religion is corrupt. And just because you have some bad pastors or you have some bad people that claim Christianity, that doesn't make the Holy Bible wrong. It doesn't make it to where, oh, if you speak about God or if you speak about Jesus or if you speak about Yahweh or Yeshua, then some kind of way you're lumped into this category of being wrong. Because there are bad people everywhere. There are bad pastors, but that doesn't mean all pastors are bad. There are bad teachers. That doesn't mean all teachers are bad. There are bad doctors. That doesn't mean you're going to stop going to the doctor. So it's like it all goes down to being able to discern correctly, to know who is who. But to say I'm just going to throw away the Bible because of, the fact that I'm hearing that there are a lot of corrupt pastors out here, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, because if you're really trying to find truth, you have to do your own research, and not doing your research solely by listening to what other people are saying. You need to do your research by actually diving into material that is going to cause you to read for yourself and see what's actually going on. Because you didn't have any problem quoting the scripture, what's done in the dark will be made known in the light, when it fit your purpose. When it fit the narrative that you was pushing over there, you had no problem quoting a scripture from the Holy Bible, the same Bible that you're now saying you don't believe in anymore. You had no problem quoting that scripture. You had no problem quoting the scripture, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." You had no problem speaking that scripture from the same Holy Bible that you now want to throw away and say you don't believe in. But when it mattered the most, when you was going through your own stuff over there, you had no problem reciting that Bible scripture that's in the Bible.
I mean, the Bible is written by a man. Not literally, like, I don't know who wrote it exactly, but it's stories. It's worldly. Whatever is up there, God, source, whatever you want to call it, it's not worldly. It has nothing to do with this world.
Olivia, if God has nothing to do with this world, then why did he create it? Why did he create humans to exist in this world if he has nothing to do with it? Why would he create all life forms, plants, animals, all type of species that live in the ocean and in the earth? Why, in the birds in the air, why would he create all of this life if he had nothing to do with this world? Like, I'm trying to be careful of how I speak, because I understand that I am responding to someone who really doesn't have understanding. And I don't say that to be facetious. It's just that obviously Olivia really just doesn't understand what she's saying. She doesn't understand what she's talking about, because she also just referred to God as source. She even referred to God as it. The Bible speaks about how God created us in his image and in his likeness. The Bible clearly refers to God as being our Father. So it's like, I get the fact that Olivia is getting a lot of her information from what she's listening to on TikTok, but that doesn't make it true. And I would actually encourage Olivia to, if you're going to read anything in the Bible, just read the book of Genesis. Just enlighten your mind to actually understand why God created the heavens and the earth, and why he chose to create mankind. Mankind being human beings. Because I really think she needs to go back to the beginning and get more of an understanding of who God is and why he created this world.
Somebody did ask me, what do I think of Buddhism? I'm going to look into that more, because I've always had remember I used to have Buddha everything. I used to have Buddhas all over my house, and here come the Christians. Oh my God, I can't believe you have Buddha. Da, 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 da. Girl, bye. But anyway, guilt and fear. But I do want to go. From what I've learned so far from Buddha, it's all about spirituality, and I do want to look more into that. I do.
What does that mean, guilt and fear? Why did you say that when you said, Christians was coming in basically saying, oh my gosh, you're worshiping Buddha? Why did you say guilt and fear? Why would Christians feel guilt or fear by you worshiping Buddha? I didn't understand that. But again, here we are where Olivia is speaking about spirituality. She wants to explore Buddhism because she heard it's solely about spirituality. But that is the danger in going in the direction of spirituality when you don't have a solid foundation and a solid understanding of what spirituality you're drawing towards. Because if you really want to look at it, if you're saying you believe in God and you believe that God is the creator of all things, then why would you go to Buddhism as your source of worship? Because if you look at the origins of Buddhism, it was originated between the 6th and the 4th century BCE. If you look at when Jesus was born or when Yeshua was born, he was born between 6 and 4 BC. So just in that history alone, you clearly can see that Jesus came before Buddha. Because BC is before Christ, BCE stands for before Common Era. So Buddhism came into play after Jesus was even in the earth. So how do you seek out Buddhism as your source of spirituality instead of seeking out Jesus or Yeshua as your source of spirituality when Jesus was in the earth and was known of and was followed after way before Buddhism even became a religion? So if you're truly trying to tap into the main source of spirituality, why would you go to a source that clearly came after the fact and is known to be false?
Are you staying conservative? I'm curious to know your views, support, I don't know. Honestly, if I'm leaning any way, I lean more conservative. But I don't know. Even that whole thing, I don't know. That the Charlie Kirk situation opened me up to that too, because I love Trump. Y'all know I'm a Trump supporter. But the way Trump handled that, like he just went along with it, it makes me feel like, I don't know. Like, to me, I feel like Trump was the last one who actually told us the truth about certain shit. And he didn't say nothing. And that whole thing was bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care what nobody says. That whole thing was a setup. So, I don't know. I mean, I still, like I said, I still lean more conservative. But even with that, I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's just all just bullshit. It's just all bullshit. It's all bullshit, honestly. All of it. It's all about your faith. You can't cut it on and off like that. I don't know what you're talking about, cutting it on and off, but I can literally do whatever I choose to do. So I don't know what you're talking about, what exactly you're talking about. How to, I don't know. I'm not really going to critique or criticize the Bible or the stories too much. I don't really care to. You know, I just feel like whatever a person believes is what a person believes. You know, some people need that to survive, to guide them, all of that. And yeah, that's all. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with believing the religion. There's nothing wrong, because to me, it's just like like the Ten Commandments, all the stories, all the lessons in the Bible. It's a good way to look at things, so you stay on track, so you stay motivated to be a better person. You know, I mean, that's good. That's good, and some people do need that. So it's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, it's good, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it never really resonated. Like, it really never sat well with me. I tried, though. Like, I tried to get into it and shit. But, you know, but like I said, I don't judge other people. And I feel like people who are good, decent people, they don't judge other people. Like, you just don't care enough to judge other people. Yeah, like a moral compass. Yeah, and that's cool. Like, if people need that, that's good. It's good that it's there, you know? I don't need that. I never have needed that. Because I've always been, like, on another level with certain things, like knowingness, to what I think. But
Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, oh, okay. So, Olivia said that she agrees that the Bible is like a moral compass. It provides guidance to people and help them know how to navigate this life and just how to be as people. But she feels as if she doesn't need it. She's never needed a Bible or anything of that nature to help her have a sense of, you know, what is right and wrong. It's like she's saying that she has always had a moral compass intact because she has always been on a higher level. Olivia, this is not going to go well for you. For one, we've definitely seen your life play out thus far for years. We've seen your actions, we've seen your behavior. We see the lack of love that you have for yourself, which is why you don't have a problem allowing men to use and abuse you. We see how you are with your children. It's just weird that you would say this right here, because you are the prime example for someone needing guidance and needing a moral compass as their foundation, and someone who should be gravitating to the Bible to get more of an understanding of who you are and the type of woman, the type of mother, the type of human being you should be inspiring to become. But instead, you say you don't need all of that because you have always been on a higher level. That is very interesting that you would say that. To say that you are on a higher level would actually mean that you are top tier when it comes to exuding self-respect, not allowing yourself to have multiple sexual partners, not allowing yourself to be in situations where you would result to losing your children. Not put yourself in a situation where you would lie and scam people. That you wouldn't make up false allegations on people just because you want to get your lick back. That you wouldn't speak on the dead and you wouldn't make fun of women who are having, fertility issues. That you wouldn't encourage your toddler, your baby, to act as if they are spitting on someone's grave. You would not cuss at your children. You would not mistreat your children. You would definitely not allow strange men to come into your home around your children and hit on your children. You would not deny your children care, love, affection, food, medical care, all the basic things. And yet you say you are on a higher level, a level that is higher than most. And you don't need any guidance. You don't need anyone to sit you down and help you understand what morale is. Nor do you need a moral compass to point you in the right direction. That is insane that you would literally say that. But I also find it interesting that Olivia said that it never resonated with her, meaning Christianity. It never resonated with her, but she tried to get into it. So in other words, you manipulated your audience to make them believe that you was getting into Christianity. You manipulated them into making them believe that you was on this path that was going to, make you a better person. You manipulated them every time you wore your Jesus hat, every time you spoke about God, every time you quoted a scripture, every time you held your Bible loud and proud in front of the camera, you wore your cross necklace. Every time you did all of these things, you knew it never resonated with you. But you did it because you was playing a part. Just like you was playing a part when it came to you saying that you was going to start Bible study. You was playing a role in your own movie over there called Live's Life. You never had any good intentions towards really getting on this path. But what I find very fascinating about all of this is you were actually warned, Olivia. See, when you came on here and said this right here, this was your opportunity to really get on the right path, because God was trying to get your attention even back then. Remember this right here?
Don't ask me why I'm sitting here crying, bro. I can't stop crying. I'm so sick. I feel so sick in my stomach. And I just can't stop crying. And I just had so many visions. And I just had so much so much said to me in these moments, these last couple moments, and now I just can't stop crying. I need to do is read a Bible. That's fucking crazy. Excuse my language. Oh my God, excuse my language. That's just what I need to do. Be close to God. Talk to God. Let God heal me. I felt like I'm not happy. I'm not elevating in the way that I should be. Pretty much looking for the next step in this healing journey that I'm on. I feel like I need to get closer to God. I need to dedicate my life to God. I really feel like I need to do that, for real. Not just saying that, but that's going to take me to the next level. It's going to make me truly happy. And I felt myself saying things like, you're either of God or you're of the devil. That was just coming out of my mouth. I wasn't even thinking. But of course, yes, that's my true God. That is my truth. Those were my true statements. But I was saying that, and then I was feeling I was saying, you're either of God or you're of the devil, and you have to pick a side. Us Americans in this country, we have to pick a side. People have to pick a side. We have to pick a side, good or evil, the God or the devil. And we have to stay on that side. We have to represent that side. So when I was saying that today, I was like, girl, you haven't even picked a side. You are stuck in the middle. You've been trying to leave the fence. I'm done. I'm done doing that. I'm ready to dedicate my life to the Lord. I really, really, really am. For real.
And this was a video that Olivia did back in September of 2024 on TikTok. I truly believe this was real. And I said even then, when I did commentary on this video, I said I believed that Olivia truly had an encounter with God. And God was warning her right here that she needed to pick a side. She said out of her own mouth that she felt led to get a Bible. That she felt like, God was telling her she needed to get a Bible. And I said, Satan is not going to encourage you to read that Bible. He's not. She also said that she felt like she needed to give her life over to God. Again, I believe God was warning her because God knew what was approaching down that path she was on. And he gave her an opportunity right then to pick a side. And had she chose the right side, a lot of the stuff that we have seen play out in almost a year, pretty much over a year, could have been spared had she picked the right side. But she did not choose God. And we can clearly see by the way her life has gone, she did not choose God. So to now hear her say a year later that she is renouncing the Bible, that she no longer believes in the Bible, that says a lot. When she herself said that she felt as if God was leading her to get a Bible because she needed to turn her life around. She needed to surrender her life to Him. It's very sad to watch, but God gives us warning. God will tell us when we are going in the wrong direction before we go. But He will always give us a choice. He will never force Himself on us. He will always give us free will. And Olivia chose. This is why now she's speaking about wanting to dive into Buddhism, because she's continuing to choose, but she's choosing incorrectly.
And you know, my dad always used to tell me this. My dad is not religious. He doesn't believe in any religion. And, you know, he always tried to, like, teach me that, but it's like I had to find out on my own. Like, I had to see it for myself, and now I do see it for myself. Like, all that shit is bullshit to me. But, like, I don't care what other people believe in. You guys can believe whatever you want. I'm not, like I said over and over, I'm not a judgmental person, and you can believe whatever you want. But I'm going to believe whatever I want too, though. You know? And if you are a judgmental person, then you need to stay away from me. Doesn't do anything for us, you know? And plus, everyone's relationship with God is their own relationship with God. Like the guy said in the video, nobody's relationship is deeper than somebody else's. No one's closer to God than the next person. Even like a pastor compared to a bum on the street. No, God lives through all of us. Like, nobody's closer to Him. Nobody really knows what happens when the lights turn off. Nobody's been there yet here, still on earth. So let's just all chill. But yeah, you can have, like, faith is good. Yeah, you have to have faith. Yeah, and you just try to do the best that you can, you know? I'm telling you, these Bible thumpers and these people that walk around here, like I said, I'm not judging, but they are so evil. They're such mean people. They're such mean people. And you're not going to tell me that that shit that you believe in, that you preach and you read in that Bible and this and that, like, that's good. And then you turn around and you be an evil person, and that's okay. No. Mm-mm. And then the whole Israel thing. No. I'm just good off the whole thing. But of course I believe in God. I believe in Source. I believe in a higher power. Of course I do. I feel it every single day. You know?
I think it explains a lot, you know, for her to say that her father doesn't believe in anything, and her mother, I believe, believes in Scientology, or that was something that they had practiced before. But it says a lot. It says a lot as to why Olivia is really searching and trying to figure out what's real, what's not real, because she really hasn't had a spiritual foundation. And unfortunately, if Olivia doesn't have a spiritual foundation and she has not tapped into her spiritual identity, her children will also suffer as well. And, you know, when you don't have any type of foundation and you don't stand for something true, you will fall for anything. And so I just feel like this is what we're seeing with Olivia in her quest for seeking truth. She's really, you know, falling into the wrong things. Now, I do agree that everybody's relationship with God is different. I do disagree with what she said in regards to how basically saying it's impossible for one person's relationship to be deeper than the next person, or not believing that one person can know God more than the next person, or that no one is closer to God than the next person. That's incorrect. Because if you don't know God, if you've never studied the Bible, if you've never acquired a deep understanding of who God is, then your relationship compared to someone who does know God and who has done the time and research and has the real life experiences that they have acquired through their walk with God, compared to that individual, your relationship would be almost non-existent. So I don't agree to say that, everybody's on the same level when it comes to their relationship with God, how close they are to God. No, everybody's not on the same level because everybody is not willing to go the extra mile to grow closer to God. In order to draw closer to God, you have to surrender to Him. You have to, let go of things that you are holding on to that would hinder you from being able to become more closer to God. There is a sacrifice that you have to be able to endure in order for you to draw closer to Him. Because sometimes affliction is required in order to gain a deeper relationship with God. And people don't like going through stuff. You have to die from your flesh daily in order to draw closer to God. You have to be willing to pick up your cross and follow Him in order to draw closer to God. You have to deny yourself in order to be closer to God. Everybody's not equipped, nor are they willing to do that. So therefore, you can't sit here and say everybody is on the same level, because that is untrue. It's very untrue for you to say that. And what's also incorrect is for Olivia to say that God is in everybody. That is incorrect as well. Because God is not going to dwell in an unclean temple. God is not going to dwell on the inside of a person who is constantly rejecting Him. That's not how that works. So I understand why Olivia is saying what she's saying right here, because she doesn't want it to seem as if someone knows more than her. She always has to put herself in a position to be on the same wavelength as everybody else. And unfortunately, that's not the case. From a logical standpoint, from an intellectual standpoint, like, there are so many different levels of conversation that has been had, since we've been commentating on her, that proves that she is not on the same level. So I truly believe this is Olivia's way of trying to justify why she is no longer appeasing to her viewers over there and giving them a video pertaining to Bible study, because she had been promising them, they've been asking, they've been waiting, and this is what she came up with. But I just think Olivia is, now being true to herself. She wants to explore spirituality, without judgment. She doesn't want anyone to say anything to her about it. And with her renouncing Christianity and saying that she no longer believes in the Bible, now she is free to be who she is. She wants to practice Buddhism. She wants to wear her evil eye. She wants to do her tarot card reading. She wants to delve into all of the things that speaks of another side of spirituality that has nothing to do with light. It has nothing to do with the true Creator. But it has everything to do with Satan and satanic practices. And when you see the way that Olivia has gone, and what we see come out of her through her actions, her behaviors, and how she speaks, how she treats her children, there is no God in that. There is no light in that. There is no love in that. Because to truly know God is to know that God is love. So it's just a huge contradiction. But I just feel that Olivia is able to really be who she is now. And she wants to explore that and do it openly in front of her audience. Overall, I think this is sad that this is where Olivia is. But again, I don't find it to be, just so hard to believe, because she's not the only one that's searching. And I really hope and pray that she does find truth. I pray that she truly ends up in the place that she is meant to be in, which is to really understand who she is in God. I hope and pray she truly discovers her real spiritual identity. And I pray she finds this truth so that she can provide a solid spiritual foundation for her children. I would like to end this video with this scripture. It is found in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. And it says, "And without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that He exists and that He rewards those who seek Him." So we're going to end it here. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's One Love, and I'm out.